I got into this because, I love movies. But now I have this fear that my job is to ruin them.
Hello, everyone. Hi. Congratulations on the show. So I was in South by. That was one of the greatest rooms. I know, Seth, you've had that a lot, but for a TV show, that was pretty epic.
I was so thrilled, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to ask you, so this is based a little bit on your own experiences with Hollywood. Was there a story that was too crazy that you're like, if we put this in the show, like you kept realism, I think, a big part of it, where you're like, we can't do this. No one would believe it happened.
Yeah, that's always like just because something's real, it doesn't mean it's believable, for sure. And I think there was, sometimes we had ideas that we just weren't able, and I would like to try to do them if we do more of the show.
So you don't want to burn the jet.
But yeah, there were sometimes ideas that were so crazy that we struggled to find the way to ground it in a way that the audience would kind of feel welcome into them. But no, in general, we wanted to use kind of the more questionable behavior that people have.
There was times where I was like, this is nuts, and Seth's like, this really happened.
Oh, this really happened.
I'm on a Jobs press tour in 2014.
Yes, exactly.
This is a true story. Wow.
Literally happened.
I dig it. And then I also love how the lying to the studio thing, I've seen that. I've seen people lie to studio people. Do y'all have a favorite lie that you either told to a studio or a director, either get a job or hey, I do need the private jet? I don't know. Kathryn, do you have one of those?
I definitely, at the beginning, put down in special skills horseback riding.
Oh, everyone.
Yoga.
And yoga,
which I could barely touch my toes. Yeah, no, it was a big swing because I had nothing.
I don't think you would have
Pilates. Pilates, a special skill.
Miss Kathryn Hahn, ma'am, I don't think you would have to lie. I just figured you showed up and they're like, yes, please give her a job. But did you have to lie to anybody on any gigs?
Always.
Oh, really? What'd you lie
about? Yes, I dance. Horseback, yes. Sky flying. As opposed to ground flying.
Yes, one day you'll be called upon to skydive.
Well, there you go. That I can do too. I can do that too.
Chase, what about you?
Yes, definitely.
What was the lie, though?
Different languages, Cantonese.
That wasn't Cantonese you were saying?
Don't tell me you were just making it up.
I feel like improv, you're lying is part of the gig. It's part of the best one. Do you have an outlandish one, though?
An outlandish lie? I think when you're talking to studio executives in general, there's always let us take a look at that.
Yes.
They give you that's really good. Let me think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Just on my
That's a
phone
good response to a note.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
I did say I knew how to do a Yorkshire accent.
What is it?
But it was for a job, and I did the job, and it was really sad. And they had to get a Yorkshireman to get on the phone with me and feed me every line.
Wow.
Like pudding.
I do love a Yorkshire.
Yeah.
I know with some of the stuff you tweak it. How quickly did you land on Kool-Aid? Because for folks that don't know, Kool-Aid is the IP that you put into the show, which I think is kind of brilliant, but was there another one or?
It was Jenga for a little while.
Okay.
And there was an idea that it was like we were releasing a Jenga movie and then a building collapsed and it resembled the Jenga. But then we came up with this idea for the Jonestown Kool-Aid thing, and once we had that sort of connection, it made it a really funny idea.
Kathryn, your character is the marketing exec, and she could sell that Kool-Aid movie. Does not matter. You could do it with the poster. And I think that my favorite part is everybody's really quiet, and then your character just comes and says something completely outlandish. I don't know. I don't want to use the curse word. She has colorful language. I'll just put it to you that one. What was your favorite outburst line that you got to do? Where you're just usually yelling at Seth's character?
Always yelling at you, constantly yelling at you.
It is very Jeff Garland's wife on Curb Your Enthusiasm. You're an idiot.
I am though.
There was a couple lines in pitching the posters to Ron Howard where it was very difficult to get. That was a tough day.
Lady Libs.
Lady Libs. And also, never forget. That was. We all kept laughing at that. So what do we think?
You're just demystifying everyone's ethos because you're making Martin Scorsese this crying old man. You're making Ron Howard a complete complete jerk, like the worst man in Hollywood. But you get all the screen time with all the guest stars because you're usually turning to them, explaining what his character is. I mean, like,
he's
it's
actually
not
a nice guy. He means well.
What was that like? Because you're kind of like, you see more of the famous people than anyone else. And what was your favorite moment with any of them?
I mean, it's impossible to not pick Marty.
Yeah.
Like, I love him so much. And it was really embarrassing, though, because I was like, oh, man, at some point I need to tell him, like, he's the reason I'm here. And at one point we were trying to think of a line that I could say to him. And he goes, well, people always walk up to me and go, you're the reason I'm in this business. And I was like, oh.
Such a lame thing to say. And then you do say it in the scene.
I say it.
You're like, the only way I'm going to get a chance to say this is if I improvise it in the scene.
I loved Sarah Polley. I was a big fan of her as an
she's
actor, and
incredible.
then she became this amazing director, and then to get to act with her, she was very angry, and her character was so pissed.
She hated you so much.
She hated Seth.
She really hated me.
A lot of hate.
Handled it well, though.
Scary.
No,
Yes.
she was very gracious, really. I
Yes.
mean, compared to what other people would
Fair.
do.
It's
Zach
fair.
on that?
First time.
No, she was
A lot of
definitely,
people
there was
would-
Canadian in there.
Yes.
That was, you know what? She is a female director, so
Yes,
let's be
exactly.
real.
And
She's not
Canadian.
gonna throw a tantrum.
No,
Actually,
she
though,
handled
did you
it.
call Martin Scorsese? Do you like do that through Apple, through Spielberg? Like, how do you?
No, I never met Martin Scorsese. I shook his hand once at a backstage at CinemaCon. That's the only time I'd ever been in the same room as him. No, we sent it to his manager, and we heard he loves it. He'll be there, which I was highly skeptical of until he walked through the door and I was there. But that was literally like the first conversation I had with him about it. Was like on the set before we filmed the scene. Yeah.
Oh my god! I also
a good actor.
I just
Yeah,
think
he was
I hope
amazing.
that when he got that email, and maybe it did actually get to them, that his daughter had something to do with it. Like, you have to do this. Like,
hope she did.
because I feel like
love her. I love her.
yeah, she's
her
yeah.
TikTok.
Great.
I met her at the Vanity Fair party. She was like, and she was so funny, and she was worried that maybe we had cut him. But I'm sure.
Oh my god! That's so
like,
funny.
are
That's
you
a
insane?
director's daughter.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what she knows. She's like, there's hard choices that are made in the edit room. Chase, for you, I think this show is kind of different for you because you've done so many indies. I've like seen some of the early short stuff that you've done. What was it like being on this set? Like, where I don't know, the catering budget is probably bigger than Bodies budget was.
The catering budget was very
Orlando's
they
good.
charge-
Yeah,
Orlando was very
fantastic.
good.
Orlando's catering.
Orlando's catering.
Orlando's catering.
Chance Craft Service.
Chance Craft Service, great cookies. Fantastic cookies.
Was your favorite? Did you have a favorite? Oh, this is really Hollywood moment on that one. Or like, this is different. This set is different.
I mean, I think I would go to set even when I wasn't working. And Seth was like, you know it's a good set when actors are coming when they're not even called to set. But that was cool. Like, one night we were filming at the Chateau Marmont, and I wasn't filming, but I came to hang out because I lived like 2 minutes away. And it was like Seth and Ike were in like trench coats and like top hats. And we were like smoking and like it was like, this is insane. And like old timey cars and like the glow of the chateau, neon lights. It felt very like the movie.
Production and location budgets on this one, like you did your thing on that one, sir. I will go ahead and say between the cars and the shot.
A lot of classic cars.
Yeah.
The funny thing about classic cars, they look great. And the engines, they only flood out 75%.
I know, they were real hated. Ike was feared for his life on many of the days.
You're driving.
I drive incredibly fast.
So fast. He's whipping around Sunset Boulevard during rush hour doing 80. I'm like,
there's so many takes where I was like, you're supposed to talk now. And he's just like, ah!
I'm reminding him like, oh, my daughter said the funniest thing this morning. I have 3 of them. They rely on me.
They love me.
Oh, that's so sad. But like, I am a father of 3.
3 girls, 3 kids.
I'm like, I got nothing but this. This is all.
My work is my life.
I have made it very publicly known. No one. Laura will be fine.
A glorious way to die.
Kathryn, ma'am, I love your career, and I loved you in this, which I think is so great. You just continue to do so many incredible things. But with your run on Schitt's Creek, you've had that acceptance speech moment, like in your like real life. I'm just curious, like, what was the award show like? Looking back on it from you as someone that has been through that like gauntlet on the other side of it, what was that like?
Just that setup.
Yeah.
I think about it all the time. The setup for people at awards, the people who didn't win,
Yeah.
to name people this year, and they're just set up, and the women always end up stop wearing a gold dress. It's like, that's the curse. Don't wear a gold dress. If you've been told by everybody you're going to win, you're not going to. Right, especially with a gold dress. I just loved, along the lines of wanting credit, and my character, I guess, is a producer on Zoe's movie, so I do get credit, but just demanding more. Demanding more in the moment, and I'm here, and this is the dream, and I got fired, I lost everything, and now I've gained everything, I have it all. It was just so sad.
One of the funniest moments is we just moved Catherine's mark right next to Zoe's. I remember one day, and we didn't even tell you. We just were like, well, I wonder what she'll do when she realizes that like she's supposed to be standing right there. It was so funny.
It came naturally, thanks.
Ogling the award. And, it was really
holding like my first child.
It was really a treat.
That's what they would really do. I don't want to downplay how funny the show is and all of the like crazy broad jokes, because you really do put the cinematography and like the shots with the whole Wonders situation. Obviously, I know you guys see the Goodfellas shot in that one. Do you have a sort of a favorite one of those like long shots? Like I think of like The Dark Knight, that opening, and like how they do that one. There's like, do y'all have a favorite sort of?
Have you ever seen Ernest Goes to Camp? The scene where he
arrives
his head stuck in the toilet.
Where he straps the parachute to those turtles, which is a real scene in Ernest Goes to Camp.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, I love the Ernest movies.
I love Jim Varney was it? Jim
Varney, yes.
A great shot in the movie.
Great Wonders.
Birdman.
Birdman, the whole thing.
Birdman is a great wonder.
Russian Ark, famous Wonder.
I mean,
Russian Ark.
So
there's a movie called The Cranes Are Flying, which is actually it was a Russian movie. I think the same cinematographer as Sui Wonders, which we reference in the movie. But that's actually a movie we reference visually a lot, and it does have a lot of long, elaborate wonders that, but that look like that will feel as though they're starting on a wide shot and then kind of moving into a close-up, and then like it kind of replicates normal coverage but in long takes, which we really like.
Adam Newport Barrow is our DP, and
he's a great guy.
Real genius.
Incredible.
Yeah. Also, I will say Nora had a lot of great one.
Yeah, Nora had good one shots. Yeah.
One. Either of the Catherines. First of all, how'd y'all keep that straight on set with the two Catherines?
Hahn and O'Hara.
Oh, okay.
Which are also kind of similar words.
I call him Ohana.
Ohana means family.
Hawaiian for family.
I just imagine the confusion. But anyway, favorite one shot? Any favorite like long tracking shots? Any favorite one shot?
Something else or this?
Anything. Or they could say this one. They did a very good
sorry,
job.
it's too easy. I thought of Goodfellas, but it's in the show.
Goodfellas there.
It's one of the best.
And Pootie Tang.
Pootie Tang.
I don't want to like preview to something because I know that you had to write like the guest stars around specific people, and so like if they didn't say yes, you'd have to change up. Is there anybody that you wanted for season 1 that you're still hoping to get, or just looking ahead to season 2, any other of the guest stars?
Huge, yeah. I'd love to have Vin Diesel on the show.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Now you're talking.
I don't have any specific ideas for him. I just would like to have him on. I just know if the audience saw him on the show, they'd be like, oh, this is going to be funny.
Yes. He's an amazing singer.
Yeah. He should sing on the show.
Oh, he should.
He should
Anybody
want to
else
do a
that y'all?
song for the album.
Yeah, you just make your wish list now. He's listening.
Yes.
Vin Diesel watches Rotten Tomatoes television.
Yes, he does.
Totally.
I love Rotten Tomatoes. That interview was fresh. Who do I want to see on? I love Steve Coogan.
Oh, good. Yeah, that would
He could be like
great.
a British film executive or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love him.
The Cougs.
Love the Cougs. What about you guys?
I mean, I think it would be awesome to have like a wellness, like some sort of wellness, like,
A guru? That healthy guy, that young guy?
A healthy one.
That guy who
Oh, I
claims to
see.
be
Like
young?
the people that's like the ones that they all
Brian
like.
Johnson.
Brian Johnson.
Like,
Yeah.
his children's plasma.
Well,
to stay
like
young.
the empires, the like, that kind of thing would be amazing.
Tim Robinson trying to do a really, really dramatic role.
That's a fun idea.
I'm just shocked she did not say Mike Myers as fantastic.
Well, absolutely. I thought that was a
real
given.
big one. What about you? Who would you want if you could pick anyone?
Pootie Tang.
Okay, I need to. We're gonna get out of here. I'm sorry. Like Kathryn, you said thank you.
Or Daniel Day-Lewis. Say
Or
Daniel Day-Lewis.
who are
maybe in the same
often lumped together in that same
He was going to
sentence.
play
Yeah.
Pootie Tang, but Lance Browder
Yes, I
took
can't
it.
tell you
that
how
guy?
many lists in Hollywood are one, Pootie Tang, two, Daniel Day-Lewis.
I need to get the booty.
I'm gonna sign your pity on the running time.
The title of this video is just gonna be Pootie Tang. Kathryn Hahn
I'm gonna
talks
sign
Pootie
your
Tang.
pity on the running time.
Abandoned my crew. Abandoned my boys.
All right, Seth, let me give you the last word.
Sorry, everyone. We'll cut this.
Excuse us as we do impressions of Daniel Day-Lewis as Pootie Tang.
What do you hope people who don't know anything about the film industry think about this show after it's over, besides that Pootie Tang is a masterpiece?
That's all I hope they take from it. If there's nothing else to take. I mean, I mostly hope people just find it entertaining. I think like that, first and foremost, we wanted to make something that was just funny and that had like clear comedic premises for the episodes. That the episodes are kind of standalone. Like I grew up loving Seinfeld and, you know, and Cheers and things that had these like great standalone episodes and like, you know, the episode where this happens, the episode where this happens. So like that was really what we wanted more than anything, was to just make like in many ways is like a very classic sitcom that sort of is meant like dressed up to look like a big fancy movie basically.
Love that. All right. Well, you kind of did it. That's why it's certified fresh. That's why
Yeah.
everyone's going crazy.
Certified fresh, certified lover boy.
Speaking of which, we're going to wrap here, and my producer is.
Oh,
Yeah! Here we go. This is like the second time I've done this with you, too.
I have a few of these. I've got a few certified freshes.
Yeah, so what's it feel to be certified fresh, guys? Thank y'all very much.
I genuinely wish I didn't care this much about this. I do, though. Thank you.